Hello my dear friends, my name is Viktor Fursov. I'm in Kiev in Ukraine. I'm pleased to start this video TV about entomology, Entomologist TV. What do you know about entomology? Probably quite a little. And I'm pleased to start it on 9th of May 2012. It's a very important day in the former USSR, in Russia, in Ukraine, and all post-USSR countries. This is a victory day, a rare day when Russian and Ukrainian superheroes, they fight it with Nazis and they won. And I really appreciate the victory over Nazis in the Great Patriotic War, or Second World War as Western people say about it. And what about entomology? Entomology, this is a science about insects. Not about people, but about little people, about insects. And today I'm sitting in my kitchen, sipping tea and tasting delicious Ukrainian cakes. Well, pretty nice. But today I'm not going to talk about Ukrainian delicious food, but about insects. What do you know about them? Most people, they think that insects, these are butterflies. Butterflies, or at least beetles. Big like this and very nice indeed. But what about another insects? People consider that all other insects were pests. Well, it's partially true, but not everything. And what should I say? That entomologists, the people who are collecting insects using this big sweeping net. Well, but not only collecting, but also studying insects. And I'm talking about it in Ukraine, where I'm now, and I'm talking in English. You say, why I'm talking in English in Ukraine when people are talking here in Ukrainian language and in Russian language and some other languages? Well, English is a worldwide distributed language, global language now in the 21st century. And if you want, you can understand it. But if you don't want to understand, you should learn it. At least, I hope I will repeat some of my videos in Russian later. But I want to tell you about some people who contributed to entomology and zoology a lot. In the former USSR, one of the most famous people actually was Gerald Darrell. His books were everywhere in all libraries. Actually, all Ukrainians and Russians, they know wonderful TV show in the world of animals done by Nikolai Drozdov. He's actually very active now, even in his old age on Russian TV. Sorry, there is no similar program in Ukrainian TV. Okay, well, now it's very easy to do your own program on YouTube. What about Gerald Darrell? He was very famous. But what about another one? Do you know that insects, they were just heroes in the movie of David Attenborough, famous BBC filmmaker. And this is book Trials of Life, one of his books. I was very lucky to sign this book when David Attenborough signed these books in the Natural History Museum in London. And why I'm talking about him? Because yesterday, May 8, 2012, it was just 86th anniversary of his birthday, and I sent him through my Facebook my sincere congratulations to his birthday and wishes of new movies and new wonderful contribution to wildlife conservation and wildlife study everywhere. What about insects again? Also people talking about insects, about butterflies, but nice beetles, or at least some people know some quite big bees and wasps. Some entomologists were going to collect them and put them on pins. So this is actually their job, to collect and study them. And you should say that some people study very tiny wasps. Sorry, I will just stop my radio. Yes, I continue. What about wasps? Wasps can be quite large size and quite small size. Some wasps were considered as a parasitic wasps. They are developing inside in other insects. That's why they are called parasitoids. And I am very pleased to tell you one small story about parasitic wasps in this springtime, where I collected this here. Yes, when? Just now. And this is wonderful dandelions. These plants, these flowers, they have quite interesting weevil which is developing inside. That's not this beetle. This is not Maybug. Maybug is quite a big one. Okay, size of 1 centimeter, 15 millimeters. Maybug or cockchafer, quite very famous everywhere in Europe. But another beetle, very tiny weevil of family Curculanidae, is developing inside stems, these flower stalks of these dandelions. And size of this weevil, very tiny, not like this, just only 3-4 millimeters. And where you can find this beetle? It's not easy, you should be very attentive. And in 2008, it was published a paper by my colleague Dr. Gomorski about biology of this weevil and its parasitoid, Entedon costalis, which is developing inside eggs and larvae of Glocianus punctiger, tiny weevil, which is living inside stems of dandelion. These larvae, what should they do to enter to the dandelion? They lay eggs inside this tiny stem, and larva of weevil is developing inside. So larva is growing and going upward to the flower head, and here developing as a seed eater, eating little bit flower heads inside, and finally going down to pupate underground. So when dandelion going to dispose their seeds, it's usually end of May, and this time it's just the first decade of May, because it's a very hot spring in this year 2012. So when in this time all larvae were going down. But not all of them were healthy. Some of them were parasitized by Entedon costalis, tiny parasitic wasp of a family Eulophidae and superfamily Chalcidoidea. And actually, yes, as I said, it was published in a journal Zootaxa in 2008. This parasitoid is egg-larval parasitoid. Why? Because tiny parasitic wasp, only 1 millimeter in size, about this very tiny size, lay eggs inside eggs of weevil inside stems of dandelion. And this larva starts to develop in the first instar larva of weevil and growing together with the host. And finally, when it grows and then should pupate, but not inside stem, the larva of weevil together with the larva of parasitoids, they're still alive and they're going down underground to pupate. So parasitized and unparasitized larvae of weevil, Glocianus punctiger, they're going down to earth and they pupate inside earthed cells, inside tiny cells underground. Only after 2 or 3 days after making this cell. And these larvae did this cell pupated, and pupa will overwinter during 11 months till the next April, mid of April, when dandelions start to make their flowers. And during flowering, new weevils will lay new eggs inside dandelions, and new parasitoids will search for eggs of the natural host. Glocianus punctiger. This is very interesting egg-larval parasitoid and very interesting life cycle. Well, this is just one example of different interesting life cycles of insects. And I hope so, but I will tell you more stories about insects in my video. And actually, next time, when you will collect some insects like this cockchafer or another beetles like this bee one, you will not kill them, you will just release them. Not put them in a jar, in a box. Do not kill them, just release them. You can touch them. You can enjoy their beautiful size, beautiful image. Release them. Don't kill butterflies, don't kill beetles. Don't consider them that they're all pests. No, they're beauty of nature. You should save them for yourself, for your children, and for next generations. And I will tell you more about entomology, about insects, and how I hope you will looking forward for my next videos about insects, about different interesting hosts, and about tiny parasitoids, about different insects in Ukraine and maybe in some other places of the world. And see you soon on YouTube. Look forward to meet you again. Bye.